for New Orleans. It's great.
Right? For those of you who are not familiar with David Markstein, he has lived his entire life in the world of jewelry with specialization in Italian jewelry. I always love to ask you how many times you think you've been to the Vicenza Fair, because you probably lost count.
I lost count at 120, but it's over 100.
cow.
Because if you think about it, 31 years, and then we used to go 5 times a year.
Yeah.
Now I go about 3 times a year, but
They should give you an honorary apartment.
But
there.
I do love it, and I never get tired of going to the shows and seeing what's new, fresh, and looking at the designs that they've developed for me, because all these factories are excited to show me what they've presented, what they've developed.
But you have a unique relationship in the sense that you're listening to the QVC customers you have for over the decades too. So you have this partnership that can create what I think will not last long. I posted a picture to my Instagram and my Facebook wearing half of the show, but 90% of the comments and the questions that came in were about this cross.
It is spectacular.
And you informed me before the show it's actually been pretty heavily ordered even before the show.
Yes,
so,
and I wasn't aware of why, and then I remembered you had
You're like,
done,
wait a minute,
how
that's
do we
a
have
coffee.
200 gone.
Well, here we go. This is Italian silver through and through. But you can see that you have choices in color, because where it is not just silver, it is then drenched in 18 karat gold. This is the scapular cross pendant and chain. You get both of them included, and you can adjust the chain. It is $67.98. You see those icons of faith embossed. They're actually embossed on both sides. We'll show that to you. 4 easy monthly payments of $17. If you are a collector of crosses, you are strong in your faith, your spirituality, this is a now moment. I actually had some gentlemen on my Facebook asking about this too. So guys, gals, come on in. Your choices are 18 karat rose gold over silver, 450. Oh, sorry, Alan, thank you. 150 remaining. 450 sounds a lot better, but oh well. Here it is in the true silver. We have 600 of those remaining. I'm just going to flip this now because I know everybody wants to see. And then, David, when you gave me the samples, I pulled out the gold first.
Yes.
And my first thought was, this is going to be $4,000. How are we going to present this?
Because it's solid through and through.
It's 18 karat gold over silver. 700 remain in the gold choice. Look how stunning. You are the first to see it. You didn't see it at 2 a.m. You didn't see it at 9 a.m. Those of you, if you follow me, and I hope you do, you saw it there, and that is it. All right? J439835. I want to hear the story behind this, because I know we could talk about this for an hour. There's so much symbolism.
Yes, there's so much symbolism, and jewelry with meaning is very important. Jewelry of faith is very important. When I say that, you go to the jewelry shows, you start seeing what's happening in the windows and the booths, and I think jewelry with meaning has never been, I would never call it a trend. It's just more of a must-have these days, and it's very important and endearing to people who wear these types of pieces of jewelry. But I fell in love with this story, and I fell in love with this factory, because this is a factory who is probably the best in Italy at making religious jewelry, medallions, because they make such good quality. You see the pictures in the scapular cross, and there are 10 pictures, 5 in the front, 5 in the back, and I'll start by telling you the story of some of them.
Do you mind if I interrupt?
Yeah, please.
I kind of knew this was coming, though. We have 400 orders already, fewer than 100 remaining in the rows. And while important to talk about the symbolism, I fear that people are going to see it on me and think that you would only wear it short. You do not have to. So you have connecting rings at 16 and 18 inches, but at its fullest length, it is 20 inches long. So if you want to wear this long, you absolutely can. Sorry for the interruption.
No, no problem at all. So this is a beautifully designed cross. And I fell in love because the pictures are so clean and easy to see, and the satin finish, the diamond cut border, the shape of it. But here you have the Sacred Heart of Jesus on the top. On the right, what we're looking at on the right, that is St. Christopher carrying Jesus across the water. The story behind that is that he is the saint of travelers, protecting you as you travel. The bottom you have the miraculous Mary, and then on the left you have Saint Benedictine, and then in the center you have the dove. Of course, the symbol, the dove is the symbol of faith, of course, in Christianity. On the reverse side, you have a lot of other pictures too, including the M at the bottom, which is the symbol for Mary, a beautiful cross that's designed on the right, and the guardian angel in the center. I do love that one as well. But again, all these stories, and it's beautifully made. And when I'm in Italy and I've been to this factory, and the factory's called, I'll just tell you the name, it's Zen is the name of the factory. I like Zen, they put that in their name because they do make religious jewelry. But it is something that's near and dear to everyone. And I'm not saying crosses, I'm saying jewelry with meaning of all kinds. And need I say, I don't know that you have to be Catholic to wear this. I think Christianity is a religion that spreads over many different
I'm
faiths.
so glad that you said that too, because I know, regardless of faith, so many people find themselves allied with the symbolism of the cross as a symbol of protection, as a symbol of guidance, as a symbol. When I see it, I always feel reminded that I'm never alone, that I feel that I have so many guardians, my ancestors and guardian angels who are protecting me. But David, I've never seen one as ornate as this. It reminds me of the Gates of Paradise that I was able to see when I went to Italy, and how every panel was in such high relief, and every panel told a story in and of its own right. And as you look at this, or you reach up, I've been touching it a lot, you reach up, you hold it, and you're reminded, you can feel it in relief against that metal. And then let's also not forget the chain that is included.
I was just going to say, so when we picked this chain, I remember being in Italy, I had 40 chains in front of me, and I had to decide what
like
looks best with this.
Overload. How
Well,
do you do
it's a little bit too much. But they put the cross in front of you, and then you have all the chains, and you say, what does this look good? How does this look? And I really like this chain because they're little tiny faceted beads, all solid, and then they're stationed separately apart. So I think it really goes well with the story, with the size. Scale is everything in jewelry, and people who don't pay attention to scale, sometimes the chain's much bigger than it should be, or too small. It's very important, and you have to be calculated in how the whole thing looks together, and the chain's removable.
Yeah, so you could take this off. Put it on your own chain of preference.
That's a beautiful chain on its own.
That's what I was going to say. Like, you take it off if you're like, okay, the cross is not, it's a little too much for what I'm wearing today, or you just choose not to, and then you just wear the chain, or you wear another pendant with the chain. We are halfway through our quantity.
And I love the fact that we did this in silver, Jen, because the last one in the other one in the inventory is 14 karat gold, which I love, by the way. But this is one that's a nice size, very heavy in the sense that it's solid, and you could, again, it tells what a great story. And the fact that it's Italian, Jen, and I know, I'm sure you went into many jewelry stores while you were there.
I gave it away, of course I did.
And you would see stuff like this in on the Ponte Vecchio if you walked in, and it would be an 18 karat gold. And if you ever asked, how much is this? It's
I wasn't even asking.
Well, it's just exorbitant.
18 karat gold. I go,
because and people buy it because they have a lot of tourists and things like that. But this is something that we're able to bring to you. I want to be the Italian ambassador to you. And I want to bring you all sorts of Italian jewelry that I'm finding there in bronze, in gold, in silver. Whether it's...
Do you see, I'm so sorry.
Yeah, go ahead.
But Emily, can you pan down just a scooch and see, because this is the most glorious close-up. Pray for us. Do you see that?
The detail.
And the date, the detail there. I mean, everything here, this isn't just this, I don't know, kind of brushed on or slightly etched in. And look at how that shot right there shows you how thick that silver is. We have the luxury of using a little bit more metal here because silver is more affordable. It's also still a precious metal. And so if you're choosing that true silver, that silver through and through, there are fewer than 400 remaining. What about the 18 karat rose gold over silver? 3 dozen, that will go. And then our 18 karat yellow gold, my preference, there are 350 of those remaining. But remember, half of our quantity is sold out in the space of about 6 minutes. 4 easy monthly payments of $17, J439835. If you don't have time to write down the item number, put in Markstein Cross. Only a couple things will pop up, and this will be one of them, so you can check that out. Oh, I'm so glad you love it.
Yeah, it's great.
You know what else you love? 300 of you